Hi guys, Luis here, estate agent in Central Portugal. Today I'm going to show you a 1.9 hectare farm. We do have an habitation with 146 square meters in stone for renovation, and we are in São Miguel de Acha. This is Central Portugal, and the village itself quite a beautiful one. We sold many properties already on this village, where you will find all amenities for your daily needs. I'm talking about ATM, cafe, the mini market that you need for all your daily needs. And we are like in a triangle, 20 minutes to Castelo Branco, 20 minutes to Idanha-a-Nova, and 20 minutes to Penamacor. So quite a good location. We will see a lot today. We have a big olive grove. We will find several varieties of fruit trees, pines, corks, eucalyptuses, a little bit of everything. I consider it to be a complete property, besides 2 wells for water and electricity just in front of the property, making it an easy connection. So come along with me, let's check it out. And so let us start not by the beginning, but by the end. So we will walk this way, but I want to explain you the property which is on our left, and I think it's easier to start here. So the wall, of course, it's the limit of the property, and this is a neighbor, which is a property that I sold some years ago. Nice guy. And the road does continue on to give access to other properties. So very well, our property today, we will have it completely walled up in stone like this, 100% of it. So there's no questions about the limits of the property. Of course, in some places better than others. The access road that you will make to reach the property, well, it's not this one, but this will lead us there to the entry of the property, which part of it touches the main road, the tar road, and the main entry, the one you will use by car, it's 10 meters, not more than that in a dirt track. So what I mean about this, it's that it's accessible for any vehicle, bigger, smaller, whatever you want. So very well, the property here meets a corner and it extends that way. Here you find some massive pines, quite nice, and we will see many corks like this. True beasts, and this is a small one compared to what we will find inside. Of course, this will give you some revenue every 9 years when you sell the cork, which is the bark of the oak tree. And the property extends to those higher eucalyptuses there, which do belong to the property. It's a strip, a narrow strip, which you have a woodland. It creates like a barrier eventually to a neighbor, or eventually you could cut them down. It's really up to you. And of course, immediately we start to see that the property is maintained. So it's not being explored nor used. They just pick the olives and nothing more. This for some decades now, but they always maintain it, and it has been plowed, as you see, every single year. So it's a property that quite easily we can walk it with no difficulty. We will find some in-between stone walls and terraces there, also creating some character to the property. Quite beautiful, and it extends to that all olive grove over there. So quite big. 1.9 hectares, 19,000 square meters of land. And yes, now we are reaching our entry to the property, and the home in ruined condition at the moment, okay, but registered as habitation. So this is our entry to the property. This is the back of the house towards outside. So this is public space. But I want to lead you here just to explain that the access is a must, quite easy. And to the left, 1.5-2 kilometers away, we have São Miguel de Acha. And if we continue on, we have the village of Orca and others, of course. And the electricity, as I told you, is just here. So quite an easy connection, okay? to our property. So this strip that you see here, this is not our property. It makes a small triangle, but our property passes on the back and it touches the main road there at the end. From the drone footage, I'm sure you will understand it. And very well, this is our access. I just left my car here to be easier to show you the property, and this is the back and the limit of the property, the back of the house. So 146.9 measured and registered of habitation. This is our entry. I consider it to be quite wide, but even so, let us say that you have those 40 feet, 12 meter long campers that you need to widen up. Very well, just put it to the side, that pillar there, and no worries there. Bear in mind that you cannot cut cork trees in Portugal. So oak trees, leave them be, please do. And the property makes, I would say that it's a semi-flat property, but it makes like a small valley. In a naked eye, it's distinctive, you understand it, where you have these olives here at the middle, then you have some corks, then our eucalyptuses, and then it descends a little bit that way, almost nothing. So, in my opinion, this is important. Why? It's easy to maintain a property like this. It doesn't lose its character. It's still quite private. Of course it is. From the road, no one can even overlook you, besides a small strip there that touches the main road, but quite easily you can cover that up. So very well, the 146 includes this. So all of this was recently registered as habitation. All for renovation. This is a lemon tree, by the way. Beautiful, beautiful stonework. So the outside walls, I would say that they are in great shape. Okay, let me just come a little bit closer. So again, start from the, not the bottom up, but from the up to the bottom, start from the roof down. And there, you can join all of these together, which creates the 146.9, so 147. And again, the back of the buildings is the limit of the property and of the house. Yeah, from this angle, I believe you noticed there's a little bit of angle going down, nothing major, nothing to worry about. Immediately we start to see some fruit trees there also. We have some good ones. Apples, pears, what else? Oranges, pomegranate, and a couple of more. So we keep on seeing these amazing cork trees, creating these shaded areas along the property, and it will close up on the right. We will walk and all of this. Eucalyptus is included and it stretches down. Yeah, but we will walk it as always. So here, let us go to the part where it touches the main road. And we always have the stone wall collapsed a little bit here and there. It's a project that you, after giving the priority to the house, you can take a look into it. And here the property has that angle there. So the wall is the limit of the property. And we have this small triangle, which is also part of our property. And the cork, it's inside the property. And we have the main road just there. So there you go, the road that we've just seen at the other entry. So if you want to close this up, please do. A green fence or a shaded fabric, because it's fenced besides the wall, it's fenced on top, and it will give you the privacy. But this is the view that people have from the main road, nothing more. And no one walks here by foot, they drive, so for a split second they will have a little bit of overlook to your property. But again, you can cover up that area if you want to, of course. Very well, so the house is there. We walk this way. We have these amazing aligned olive trees. And now at this corner, let us turn right and walk a little bit this way. As I told you, always the wall, creating the limit of the property. Regarding neighbors, they do some veggie garden. Here, nothing more. On the other side, where I started to shoot the video, that neighbor, the property I told you that I sold some years ago, he does live there, okay? So house there, I would say that this is more or less the middle valley. That's why you see the grass coming a little bit more green than the rest. So there's much more moisture here, ideal for veggie gardens on the summer season. So nice. So abundant, I didn't count them, but on the dozens, probably they will reach 100, if not a little bit more. And here it's a straight line. This is olive grove, all of this part. We will find some in between trees, like a fig here, another one there and there, which I couldn't identify, by the way. The fruit is not there, so. And we also find some more recent corks. This is a virgin one, okay, the bark was never harvested. And we have also plenty of this, which again, it's a future investment. Not for it to live by it, but of course it will help with the maintenance of the property. Also in the property we will find some majestic pines like this, that one and others on the left that I showed you on the beginning. And at the end of the day it's a nice biodiversity around the property. We have a little bit of everything. Continue on our corks. And here in front of us, it's where it turns left. We start to go to the left around the property, which is the stone wall. I believe you see it there. And it turns right. So these are not your eucalyptuses, but those are over there. But I will go here at the corner for you to have a better sense, a better idea. So this is our stone wall, which continues on. This is that neighbor, the one I showed you. He circles around you, by the way, okay, it's a big property. But he even walled up inside. So the true limit is this wall. So nice guy, amazing guy. No questions of where the limits are. And from here it will go down. And all of these eucalyptuses are ours, on our property. I would say that here, by the way, it's the limit, the highest point of the property. The house, by the way, is just there. We walk that way and that line close to the road. Another cork. And all of these are already ours, these eucalyptuses. A nice sense in the air, by the way, one can smell it. And now we are coming again to a more flat area. These are recent, well, when I say recent, like 10, 15 years. So recent, yes, cork trees, which of course you could fill this area up with more fruit trees, or basically whatever you want. Once you have water, yeah, virtually you can plant whatever you want. And yeah, this woodland, which creates a nice barrier also to the neighbor. So quite good to have. And probably the 3 biggest corks I've seen. I'm sure there are bigger, but these are quite something. Majestic ones. Look at this. Which creates like a, I don't know, like a square, a place to chill out on the shade, of course. The canopies are massive. And besides that, of course, you will have the cork coming every 9 years, which will bring you some income. By the way, I'm circling to the right, but I'm not neglecting the middle part of the property, which we will cut when we reach down there. We will go up, because the 2 wells are here, close by to each other. But let us circle this way. I believe it's easier for you to understand the shape of the property, besides the drone images. And yeah, this is where the eucalyptuses end. And guys, this is not a fire hazard at all. They are too far away from buildings, from houses, and basically they don't spontaneously combust, okay? The property that circles on the back, it's well maintained all year round, and of course I'm sure that you will do the same. So I consider it to be zero fire risk property. And by the way, some comments, which I always try to reply, at least to the ones that make sense, in regards to the lack of green in the summertime. So guys, this is Mediterranean weather, like Portugal, Spain, Italy. You go to America, you have others. So during the summer, this is what happens. So in the spring, it is plowed to maintain the overgrowth of the grass. It will stay like this till the rainy season again. So in October, if I were to make the tour of this property, everything would be green, like a football field. So yeah, you do have our 4 seasons well defined in Portugal. Very well. Here we find some terraces, also with cork trees. We have abundance of those. And here we have a quince, by the way. I didn't notice this on the first tour to the property. And then some other corks, oranges. And this line leads us to the beginning of the tour where we started to shoot this video, which makes the valley, goes up again, and we are on the limit, and we walked to the very beginning. So this is the middle valley, I would say. So we have here a couple of oranges. We have much more just over there. But while we are here, let me show you the wells, which are 2. This is an apple tree. Let me show you some goodies. There you go. So this is the first well in stone, made so many years ago, of course. And yeah, I believe you can see the level of the water just here. And then we have the second well just there, and in a straight line behind this tree, we have the house. In here we have a pomegranate. I'm not sure if it's the only one at the moment. It needs some serious pruning, of course. So it has a main trunk to it. Then the oranges, a lot of them. Then we have, what's this? I'm missing the word. I think it's loquat. So this is a pear, by the way, big one. And this, oh my God, I'm missing the word. Always miss this one. In Portuguese, néspera. And that massive tree over there, I thought it was a cork tree, but no, it's probably the biggest pear tree I've seen in my life. That's a pear tree, by the way, okay guys? And a couple of more apple trees, orange, and this is the second well. Made in stone, also, with a nice tank there on the side. And yeah, I think you can see the level of the water just there. And the white part, it's where it grows along the rainy season. And those tanks that were filled up and then used by gravity to irrigate the veggie garden, which would be on the old days on these lower ends. I found the second pomegranate there, another pear tree over there. Those are the 3 big corks, the one I've identified there on the middle. Quite nice. Let me show you this pear tree. I didn't even know they could grow so big. There you go, all of this. And there you go, pear. So I'm on the shade of it. Look at that trunk. Amazing, amazing, amazing pear tree. And you'll always find shaded areas along the property where you walk. So we started to shoot the video there at the end. We walked this line outside the property. This is that middle wall that I told you. I can imagine that some years ago, some decades probably, this would be independent properties, but it's a full and single property. It's what we call a mixed property because it has an urban, which is the habitation, and the rustic, which is the land. And we have some more terraces here on this side. Again, shaded areas. And there, looking at our walled up property, having the house just there. Let us cross here. I believe it's not a big exercise to pass over this wall. There we go. And here is where we have more orange trees. In the view here from the middle, I believe you understand that the olives are aligned. So easy to maintain, easy to plow, easy for the harvest also, and very much spread between each other, not spread, with some distance between each other. I believe it's 10 meters, when nowadays usually new plantations, they put it 3 meters, 5 meters. So yeah, they were allowed to have some distance. Of course, they will appreciate it because the root system grows and the tree does appreciate it. Look at this beauty. Quite nice. And then here, reaching the beginning. So from the house, you have virtually a complete view of the property, uninterrupted. Our entry car just there. We can make a garage here, for example, because the house is indeed big. And let me rest by showing you the privacy and the views of your property with no one overlooking you. And this is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Amazing property, ready to move, ready to be sold, legalized habitation, 1.9 hectares of land, enough for you to play around, and also a good location and access. I'll leave a full description of the property down below, the video, and also my details. So for any questions or to schedule a visit, please go ahead and contact me. See you next time. Bye bye. Cheers.